So what is a film producer? I didn't know what a film producer was before I got into the game. I think a lot of people don't exactly know what a film producer does because they do a lot. An easy way for me to break it down: this person is in charge of all of the logistics, all the logistical aspects. The producer will help with a myriad of tasks, from managing the budget to assembling the crew to helping lock down locations, locking in insurance, making sure that all of the gear gets rented, making sure that people get paid. The producer sometimes secures financing. So the producer really produces everything that we would need to go into production. So what makes a strong producer? Based on what I've seen in my experience, a strong producer needs to have very good organizational skills. You got to be able to organize a budget. You got to be able to organize your production. You got to be able to manage all the moving pieces. Keeping organized is essential for a shoot to go well. And that leads to a good producer needs to have good communication skills. That producer needs to be able to communicate what they need to get done in a succinct, simple, and easy to understand way. To be a good communicator, you got to be able to keep your cool. You got to be able to keep your cool in stressful situations. You got to be able to put out fires. A good producer needs to know how to negotiate. You are allotted a certain budget, whether it's a big budget or a small budget or a medium-sized budget, whatever the case may be. You got to be able to take that budget and stretch it as much as you possibly can to get the most worth out of that budget. And that leads to a good producer needs to be resourceful. In the heat of the moment, you got to be able to roll with the punches. If a crew member doesn't show up, you got to be able to get on the phone, make some calls, and replace that person. You got to be able to send out that PA to get that prop that is needed for this scene. You got to be able to move and adjust as the shoot transpires. Your producer, a good producer, needs to have integrity. That producer needs to be forthright with the budget, with how they allocate funds. This comes down to how your crew gets paid, when your crew gets paid, or how long it takes for the crew to get paid. You need somebody that's trustworthy, that's not taking a huge bag for themselves and giving everybody else pennies. This person needs to be someone that you could rely on. And I think a big thing that a film producer should have is just a passion for film, a passion for the filmmaking process. Producing, it can be a very, very stressful job. You're in charge of a lot of people. You're in charge of a lot of people's livelihoods. You're in charge of the safety of people. You're in charge of a project that somebody put their hard-earned money into. And it's up to you to make sure that that project gets completed. So this was just a simple breakdown of what a producer does and the things that I think make a good producer. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.